While they're going through this 3-year process, though, they have things happening in the classroom.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, Hubble has established a highly functioning parent committee. They have a website that's connected to their school website where any stakeholder in the community can look in on the curriculum work that's been done. I'm really pleased with the highly visible and transparent work that that school has undertaken to help tell the story of their journey to becoming an IB school. So they're the furthest along of the elementary schools. We have on the south side of town Park Avenue Elementary School. So we'll have Park Avenue and Stowe opening next school year as International Baccalaureate candidate schools. So this will be the year that they function with all of the staffing in place that they need and continuing to grow as a school community to deliver the district curriculum through the IB framework.
Okay.
The Walnut Street School, which is one of our 2 downtown campuses. The Walnut Street School is now in what would be known as the consideration phase. They're taking time to study the model, have the conversations within their building, and those have been very promising conversations. And by all accounts, they'll move forward a year from now with submitting their application as well.
Okay. And we've got Merrill Middle School is already, they're in
We
the
do. Merrill is also a candidate school as well. Within a week, they're going to be hosting a visit from an IB coordinator from a school in Colorado. One of the nice things about IB is that you don't have people come and visit your school that are disconnected from teaching and learning in an IB school. Any team that comes to authorize or give you feedback on your model is someone who is coming out of an IB school themselves. Another middle school is Goodrill Middle School. Right, and along with Park Avenue and Stowe, toward the end of this month, they'll be submitting their first application as well. So we'll open next school year with 3 more candidate schools,
okay.
two elementary and 1 middle school.
Okay.
And of course, the diploma program will be graduating its first group of seniors from the what I call the pioneer cohort of that model.
This year, right?
This year, correct. Right. Hubble continues their work toward authorization, and I think if you look at the distribution of the opportunities across the city, even just purely geographically, I think you'll see that we offer this option as choice programming for students really across the city, no matter where you live. There would be opportunities for you to enter this pathway at a point that you desire.
Okay, so if the objective is to get to the diploma program, and we want a lot of students to go through that, we also have a very robust and healthy AP offering in the district. And so tell me how AP is different from IB.
Those individuals who have taught secondary school, I think will really connect with this distinction. There are those students who we observe that just to their core love learning. They tend to bring a certain inquisitiveness to school. They tend to ask the questions that sometimes send us on the sidebars
on the hunt,
off the beaten path, so to speak. Predictably, those are the kind of students that probably would thrive in an IB environment where, although there is attention focused deep within the disciplines, because the diploma program is a discipline subject area model. You have your math, you have your science, you have your English, you have a language study, those kind of things. That component of blurring the lines is very evident through the work that's done with how the teachers collaborate, the structure of those courses. And that creates a little bit different experience than a student who is, let's say, prone to be a strong AP student. And again, secondary teachers know those kids who are just passionate about mathematics, passionate about economics, passionate about history. They tend to track toward one of the subject areas with a deep passion. And it's that passion that I think AP really helps a student cultivate and build upon. Again, just different opportunities for students. And I think that we've just reached a point in public education where we need to look to the type of kids we have and their interests, and we need to offer programming that's responsive to that.
Okay, so this is a really nice option, if you will.
It is an option, and let me just go a little further with that distinction. If you want to be an AP student, you select those subject areas that you want to study AP and take at the AP level and hopefully take the tests and score high and get your college credit for it. The way we offer IB in our district at the diploma program, you enter the entire program. You don't pick and choose which subject area you want. So again, it's really
a distinction.
It's really calling on us to either through this pathway or through the work of counselors and teacher advocates to recognize those kids that are really passionate about learning in general and might benefit from a model that it's It's not pick and choose. It's the entire package.
Okay.
Yep.
So we've talked about where we are and where we're going to be next year. Ultimately, in the district, how much further are we going to expand? What are we looking at when we get to wherever we want to be?
Well, I think that...
Or maybe you don't even know that answer yet.
There's no doubt that with a 3-year authorization plan that we really need to generate some homegrown models of success. Right now, being the only district in the entire state of Iowa offering International Baccalaureate program, if we want to see another school doing this, we have to leave the state, and often we have to go quite far to see other IB schools. So I think the first step is making sure that the international standards for teaching and learning that are established by IB are met in our schools, therefore we meet authorization, and that we do generate some successful homegrown models that rather than sending teachers to Atlanta, we send teachers across town to visit an IB school and learn a little bit more about it. So priority one, of course, is to bring these schools to the level of authorization where the focus and energies in becoming an IB school are then sustained in an ongoing way. But you know, our community and our board has worked in establishing these district ends, which I think invite us to think of a lot of different approaches to meeting those ends. I think IB is a very natural fit to those. When I talked about raising the bar, blurring the lines, and connecting with the world, you cross-reference those with the district ends, and you'll see why the community and the board has spoken clearly with their support of IB.
Right.
But that's not the only model to do that. So when we think long-term about what will happen with IB as to its growth, I think a question of more immediate concern is how can we take what's present in an IB school in whole or in part and continue to work with other schools to help develop assessment policies that are more about the whole child, bringing international perspective into everything you do. Something that's of particular interest and importance to me, offering students an opportunity to study languages and not have that be exclusively linked to IB schools, but offered in other schools as well. Okay.
Okay. Well, all of that's pretty exciting. Is there some place that someone could go for more information about international baccalaureate, either here or nationwide, internationally?
You know, I think that the people who tell the stories of IB best are the schools that are going through the process. You certainly can visit the IB website, which is ibo.org, and I'd encourage people to go there as a first stop. But rather than reading all of their materials on the left column, it says find an IB school, and you can use a menu to select anywhere in the world. You can select the language of instruction used in that school, which is the language of the website that's posted. You can search American schools, you can search schools overseas anywhere you want. But then go directly to those schools' websites and take a look at how that school tells its story. And that's why I mentioned Hubbell's website at the start, because that is a school that recognized how important it was to be very public about this work. And I think that it has paid off in the amount of parental support and community support behind that school right now. So first stop, I would encourage you to visit Hubbell's website. And right at the introduction of that website, it says, see our IB curriculum page for a closer look at our work. And you can pull up the plan for which units students study based on what age they are, and see a lot of that quality information.
Well, I really appreciate your coming today and sharing all of this information with us. That's about all the time we have today. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Classroom Connections. Now that we've heard about the direction of the IB program in the district, next time we'll talk with a parent of a student enrolled in the IB program. That episode will air later this month, so stay tuned. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in to Des Moines Schools Channel 12. I'm Lee McGivern for Classroom Connections. Thanks for watching.